All right, Paul Hefty here with Triangle Football System. I want to talk about our no back system, specifically our now pocket pass and our now screen pass options. All right, first off, our no back 911 process. We're just going to use the core system just from a no back. So it's simple, it's fast. That's why we call it 911. And you'll see that here with the first one. A couple things here. Versus no backs, defense will do three things. They can check to their base defense and their base 3-by-1 coverage. The defense can then, though, bring 6 against your 5 offensive linemen, but that's going to force them into a cover 0. Last, you quite commonly will see a lot of defensive stunts and twists. It's a good way to defend quarterback RPOs. No backs using a dual threat quarterback or a drop back quarterback. I always get that question. You can use both. With a dual threat, you've got your core passing game like we talked here, but then you can actually use your core RPOs with the quarterback being the ball carrier. With a drop back quarterback, core pass also, but then you just simply use what we call as a sin motion, where you bring the B receiver, which is typically a running back into the backfield, and you're right back to running your normal RPOs. All right, with no back pass protection, what we're going to do here is we're going to use our half slide pass protection that we always use as the foundation. What we do is just simply what we call a triangle technique with a play side tackle, where he'll kick step, get some depth, and he'll actually read the triangle of a defensive end, the Mike backer and the Sam that typically is double checked with the running back, and he's simply going to block the first threat that comes. Okay. Our call there then is our solo call, which is Lolo to the left, Robo to the right. If we do want to use 6-man protection, we simply use our H back to replace the back to check the Mike and the Sam, and then when our normal half slide protection, and the calls there are laser and razor. So here's a diagram of it. You can see in the upper left versus a 43. The left side tackle is the play side tackle. That would be a low call. And then he essentially is going to just kick step, get some depth, but read the defensive end, the Mike and the Sam, and basically take the first one that's going to threaten that pocket pass by the quarterback. The right gives you an odd look, and then that would be a robo call with the triangle technique by the right play side tackle. All right, so for our no back now pocket pass, love this one. Got this from LSU. They used last year during their championship run in 2019. What makes this great is we just simply use our protection call because there's a couple automatics. We call this a scrub concept, meaning it's a slant rub concept that they use. Signal is real simple. We're just got your two hands rubbing together in front of you. No call is needed. That tells everybody the routes. And then the quarterback simply is going to call the protection to the H-back's alignment, to his side. Same thing happens there. T coaching point is the receivers to the side of the H-back are always going to run the scrub or rub concept, because the H-back is going to run the vertical rub route. The backside, whoever those two receivers are, then is going to run what we call a hover flood route, and that is a go and a speed out. It's real simple. So here it is. This would be a 5s left formation where we've got the H, the A, and the Z, and a trips look, our normal trips look, or trio look there to the left, and then our back goes away, or the B. And so we've got two receivers to the right. So again, by the rule, the play side or the call side becomes where the H lines up to the left. So low is the call for the protection, and the play side tackle on the left is during the triangle technique. You can see then the H is going to run his rub where he splits that Sam the ox in this diagram. What he's always doing is he's splitting the two defenders. And we'll show you how the difference is between zone and man here. The Z and the A just run their looky route. So this is very similar to the Orioles concept we do. It's a dual route concept. We're going to get a man beater there on the left with the double lookies, and then on the backside with our hover flood, we're going to get a zone look. What will happen here is the quarterback pre-snap is going to always look again like we always do our access, no access Anna. If he has access to the backside to the right here, where the will is in the box, then we've got a 2-on-1, and we'll simply read that backside corner of the dog, high-low. The hover go is simply on the fourth step. The X will just kind of take a skip, kind of like a double move, but a very quick one, and then take off. That goes ahead and gives us good timing when we're in the red zone, so we've got the field, we don't run out of field. The B runs is normal 5-step speed out. So again, pre-snap, if we've got access, quarterback can just take that, and he knows he's got one of those two wide open. If he's not got access where it changes as the snap count goes, then we always go to the man beater. Real simple here. The H is going to split those two defenders inside and out. If it's zone, and the indicator is real simple, that Mr. Zero Sam Backer, who's got the flats, is going to be looking into the formation, in towards the quarterback and not at the receiver. Then the H is going to go vertical just to the outside of that Sam, and then obviously with the box open could bend to the middle. Again, if the Sam doesn't drop and the Ox doesn't cover, then you've got an easy one right there, a little pop pass. Typically the Sam will drop, and then that's where the rub comes in, is that the A is running, it's looky, and the Sam can't get underneath that, so we can just hit that quickly right underneath it. If for some reason that gets jumped by either the Sam or the Ox, then we've got the Z running the looky as our third option, 1, 2, 3. Quarterback here takes no drop step. He's going to simply pivot and then take his crow hop to read and be a balanced throw on rhythm and go. Again, to the right is our pre-snap free access if we have it. No free access. Then to the left we'll go to our scrub route going inside out, 1, 2, 3. There's an example against a zone. The H is going to rub against that underneath Sam Backer. Here's the same thing now, same formation, but versus man. Again, the man indicator is now the backer is the mic over him in this diagram, and his eyes are on him the whole time. When the H sees this, then the H can take a wider vertical path to the outside and wants to rub now against the defender over the A receiver. Still getting vertical. Here's an example again though, once he gets past the defender, the Sam Backer, rubbing there on the mic. If the box is filled with the Ox, the middle box, then he wants to stay vertical and wide. If the box was open, he could bend that back to the middle also. Again, same progression. Quarterback sees the H to the left, so it automatically calls the protection to the left, Lobo. He'll say that twice also, since we're doing no other term there. And then he's going to go ahead and look to the backside to the right, see if he's got free access. No free access, comes back to the scrub route, the man beater. With our now screen passes, no back, we'll use our same quick bubbles, which is our lion and ram, and then we'll do our read screen, which is our southern lion and ram. We'll go through that. So again, here it is out of no back. Key points here is, again, when we run bubbles, the bubble receivers are always the ones nearest to the quarterback, so we're going to get a bubble to the 3 side, receiver side, and the 2 receiver side. In this case, it's the B and the H. Quarterback simply is going to throw this to the side where he has leverage on the defender over those bubble receivers. If he doesn't, we don't want to use this. But this is a quick one. If we see we've got it, team checking to a base coverage, obviously, where they've got still a lot of defenders in the box. Ram to the right, lion to the left. The old line is going to go do stretch outside zone blocking, just like we do our Aussie call to the call side. So again, here's a ram call. Quarterback can throw it to either side though, because he's getting rid of it right away. What we'd like to use more often, because it gives us, again, it's a screen pass option. The quarterback's got an out. Is we're going to combine the bubble to the backside And that's always going to be to where the B receiver is. But then we'll run our smoke screen with our lineman pulling to the call side. This is an example of a sixes right formation. This is where we put now the back to the call, and it's our usual duo set with the H and the X away and the A and the Z toward. So we've got 3 receivers to the B side. What we're going to do is call this actually to where the linemen are going with the screen action. So this would be a southern lion. South again cues the screen blocking technique for the linemen, meaning the guard, center guard, or the pullers. The tackles on both sides with southern lion and ram simply block outside zone to their side on the defensive ends far reaching. So again, the quarterback is going to look to the back side, first reading that defender over the B back. In this case, it's the will Mr. Zero. If we have leverage again, just like our bubbles, we'll just go throw that. If the will, here in this case, Mr. Zero, though, runs with the B right away and we don't have leverage, then the quarterback just comes right back and runs the smoke screen to the left. The X will be taken as 2 steps upfield and then coming back to the line of scrimmage and creeping back to the quarterback for the ball. The H has to take what we call the J path, where instead of going to where the DB is, the number 1 defender, he's going to go flat down the line and then, like the letter J, get squared up so he doesn't get beat on a fast filling dog on the screen. Real simple here then. Again, the quarterback's going to look weak side with the bubble. That's your first screen pass. If it's not there, then we go back to the smoke screen to the call side, southern lion. Lastly, here's again some questions. You can do a review with your players and your staff. What 991 means, 5-man protection, O-line screen blocking, the concept, the themes, the receiver rules, and then quarterbacks pre and post snap read progressions. And then a great place here to do it individually where people can ask questions that they wouldn't normally do in a large group. Thanks.